All right, well today I'm headed to get another project. Got my truck back on the road, I think, safely. And we're gonna see here in a minute. Took it on the test run last night. It seemed to be okay. Little fender bender back in November. Just now got everything for it to get it back on the road. Other than, of course, I'll find me a bed later. But hopefully, here we go. This ought to be pretty fun. Okay, so we are on the road. Everything seems okay so far with the trailer and truck. Get it up to operating speed here in a minute and see. Man, this is going to be a cool project. Very cool, very cool. So things are looking, excuse me, things are looking pretty good so far. Luckily, I don't have really far to go. I don't think I'd want to go too far with this trailer, my tilt trailer. I think it's a little much for this truck. My other trailer is more ideal for this, but it'll get the job done for today. All right, so here we go. 1988 Chevy S10. This truck belonged to a friend of mine in high school, and I always wondered what he ever did with this. And last week I found out. So this, I'm gonna go probably leave it stock and just put it back white and just put it back kind of how it was. I've already got a few that are not super custom but have my little touches on it. I'll go over it some more when I get it home. But yeah, everything under the hood, nothing's been cut, molested. She is as she came off the showroom floor in 1988. So here it is, the 88 S10 I brought home. Like I said, everything is there. Nothing has been messed with, taken off. It's exactly how it was in 1988, and the guy was driving it. There's, like I said, a lot of dust on it. Probably a little bit of sanding from, because like I said, it was in a paint shop and just sitting. I will most likely, I'm going to leave this one kind of stock. I am going to do some aftermarket wheels, but I'm not going to lower the truck in any way. Well, let me rephrase. I might level it out with like a 2-inch block or something like that. But as far as lowering the truck, I don't see that happening. I think I'm going to leave it stock, put a set of 15-inch wheels on it with like a 245/60 tire, go back with the original color white. Like I said, here's the interior. It doesn't have the vents. I think I posted that with another video on here, but if I didn't, there it is again. It just needs a good cleaning. It's just really dirty, obviously. I did try to charge the battery. That is kaput. That's no good. It'll get the lights on and whatnot, but they're dim and it will barely crank. I don't even know how old that battery is. The dates and stuff is wiped off of it, and the paper's tore. The fuel tank, opening that up, that's full of varnish and just contaminants and broken down fuel. The fuel pump doesn't even come on at all. Anyone that's ever smelled old gas knows what I'm talking about, but that is not any good. So I think I'm just going to order a new tank. It's cheap enough. By the time I take this off, clean it, and not even do a spectacular job or whatever, but by the time I do all that, clean the inside and hope I got it good, and for the price of a new one, why not? Like I said, you can see the lines are pretty hard. Like I said, it's been sitting since 2014. So yeah, I think that's the plan with this one. I just don't see the need to do a ton. Like I said, this truck kind of just fell in my lap. The frame, it doesn't look that way now because it's so dusty, but it'll clean up. It's been POR 15, cleaned off pretty good before that. Everything's here. I've got all the parts, and like I said, I'm going to go back. I will do an aftermarket wheel because that's just what I do. But like I said, I don't see me doing anything. I mean, even this one right here, I wouldn't call that a drastic anything, but you know, it is lowered a little bit, got wider tires on it, stuff. I mean, it's pretty much stock, but you know, it's got a roll pan on it. I'm not going to do a roll pan on this. Going to keep the 3-piece grill, probably paint the bumper white, might put some fog lights, I don't know, but that is a maybe, not a guarantee. But I'm not doing anything with the engine other than maybe powder coating some parts and just getting things in proper running order. And that'll be it. I will put I think I just said I will put a bumper on it, not a roll pan. I also have the proper tailgate for it over there with the raised letters. And this truck kind of gives off. This is a truck basically I worked out of when I was a kid in high school, working for a guy cutting grass. It's just got that vibe to it. Like I said, I know the guy that owned this. I don't think he's hugely sentimental about it, but there is, I mean, I believe he took his wife out. Yeah, I already mentioned that on a previous part of this video. But anyway, I'm just going to go back kind of stock with it and just maybe drive it. Use it for a little parts go-getter, or just use it for whatever. It'll live here and not be in the scrapyard. So that'll be a good thing. But we have some snow, ice, and some very cold temperatures coming to this area for like the next week, maybe 2 weeks. So I really can't get out and pressure wash it and do it right to where I'm not freezing and you're kind of fighting ice freezing on the truck before you can clean it, and just being miserable and aggravating. So what I'm going to do with it now, I'm going to shut the hood. I did, like I said, I did try to start it, or at least crank it, but this battery is no good. Get me another battery, and then when the fuel tank comes, new pump and sending unit, and go through the lines and make sure they're not clogged up or any tears or deterioration in those. And there is coolant in it. The oil doesn't look bad. Yes, it is old, but it's at the fill level and it's black. You can actually kind of see through it a little bit. So it's not, I wouldn't say the oil is terrible. I mean, of course, I'm not going to use it or run that oil, but that's a good sign. Plus, it's been sitting, so you don't see anything mixing with the oil, like where it's kind of really gummy or whatnot. So there are a lot of good signs. I did get, like I said, I got the electrical working, all the electrical work, the headlights work, turn signals work, all that stuff. Everything comes on in the dash, vent, all that stuff. I mean, not the vent, but heater and defrost, all that comes on as it should and supposed to. So yeah, I'm kind of excited. So really, we're just going to clean some things up. I might even try and shoot this truck myself since we're going back white. And of course, we're not doing, we're not trying for any kind of show quality stuff here. I'm not trying to do shit work either, but I'm also not trying to do, get carried away with a lot of things and just kind of go too far and whatever. But I got a brand new grill, brand new bezels. I also have fairly new lights. All that stuff that just looks nice and clean and just makes the truck look nice. Like I said, I might go in here and kind of scuff some things up and maybe just kind of get a little small paint gun and just maybe blast some paint around, cover some things up a little bit. But like I said, I am not going overboard. I do, if I have something new, I'll put it in. I do have some new tanks for the coolant and windshield washer fluid tank. So, I mean, I'll put those in, but it's nothing I've got to do. Naturally, we are always striving to make things better, but the fact that the truck is here and not going to the scrapyard or anything like that, or just sitting any longer, is the fact that she'll have some life left in her. So that's that on that one, and just wanted to do a little update with the truck here. I would love to go outside and just get some water on this and just kind of look at the clean slate, as it were. But no sense in rushing it. The wind has picked up here. It's in the upper 20s at this point. We have a few inches of snow, maybe a little bit more than a few inches of snow coming. So washing things and doing things like that are kind of out of the question at this point. So I am going to go out here and get the parts truck off my trailer, and I'm going to get that inside of the shop so I can start stripping stuff off of it and getting the carcass out of here, because like I said, I don't like things hanging around too long. It looks ugly in the yard, and well, it just looks ugly in the yard. So yeah, the breeze is already picking up here. Snow is on the way. So that being said, like I said, I'm gonna get that in here so I'm not, like I said, it's going to be really cold. We're going to have quite a few nights in the teens. So you know how it goes. Once something gets rained on or snowed on, when it's that cold, then it's always forever thawing out and just miserable working conditions. So I'm going to do my best to make sure there are no mice hiding about and get her inside and get picking at it. I would do some little videos on the stuff I'm keeping, just stripping stuff down. It's a shame because the windshield is in perfect condition in both of these trucks, but I don't know, it is what it is. Maybe someone may need it. They can come cut it and take it themselves. I will take the side glasses and all that stuff, but most of the interior is pretty good too, the wheels. But anyhow, kind of repeating myself, I believe, on some of it. So that's going to be that, and I'm going to put the hood down and push her in the corner. This is the spot I had picked out for it. That's where she's going to sit. That way I can get it in and outside when I want to. But like I said, once the tank comes and the clean the fuel lines or whatnot. And if it fires, then I can, then it's mobile. So then I can move her around on her own. It's not a push mobile. It's a lot better driving than pushing. So that's that. Thanks for watching. And I'll be doing, a friend of mine and his kid, we're going to be doing some minor restoration to this to get her back on the street. And that'll be that on this one. But yeah, definitely going back with the bench seat. Either get some new panels or paint those, maybe paint the dash while everything's out of here. I just always disliked the blue interior. But I say dislike, but it's also not a deal breaker. I've had plenty of blue interior S10s, S15s. So, but anyway, same thing I did with this one. Well, mainly the things I painted in this was just because it was different pieces to replace pieces that were messed up. So I just, matte black or semi-gloss black always works, unless you're getting really, really picky and going to pull things out and do, a superior job. But for that truck, I just don't think that's needed. But so, like I said, everything is in here charging. Got all my batteries on trickle chargers and covered up to keep the dust and stuff off from things I'm doing in and out of here. Not really doing much cruising in weather like this anyhow, so it'll be all right. So like I said, thanks for watching if you have. And we'll be posting more on this very, very soon.